Hi, I'm Mark Sid from Crocker Farm Auction. I'm here to talk to you today about an extraordinary example of early American stoneware that we received for our July 20th auction. As you can see, it's a tapered jar, very nice, small size jar, very unusual form, particularly for the region it's from. And it's decorated with a large incised eagle on the front. And it's a federal eagle, popular to the American style throughout the late 18th century, well into the 19th century. A federal eagle with a shield across the chest and stars along the neck. The bird also has a ringed neck and arrows in one talon, and sort of an abstract olive branch in the other. You can tell by the color and the style, the incising on this piece, that it is a Manhattan piece made by the Remy or Crolius families, or at least in that school of makers. And the most extraordinary thing about it, other than the eagle of course, is the fact that it actually says New York 1802 on the side. And very few hand-incised New York inscriptions are found on Manhattan stoneware. The majority of Manhattan stoneware that we see are pieces stamped C. Crolius, manufacturer Manhattan Wells, New York, or J. Remy, New York, things like that. But to have that hand-done inscription, as well as this exceptionally early date, 1802, is very rare. The other thing that's interesting about this jar is this great incised floral design on the reverse. And that's one of the things, other than of course the incised inscription New York on the side, that helps attribute this piece to Manhattan. This design in particular, down here, the way these leaves are done, is very typical of the Remy and Crolius families, and they certainly popularized that design in Manhattan. This design is capped by a daisy-type blossom. This drape-like brushwork around the top you find on a lot of early stoneware, even some later stoneware made throughout the 19th century in America, but it was very popular during that early period. And you can see it incised in a compass form with actually a compass tool by Thomas Comerall in Manhattan. You can also see it coggled around the top of the famous punch bowl at the Met that has a fish in the bottom of it. It's probably the greatest example of American stoneware known. It has interesting handles, very interesting curved handles with holes in them. You can see right here. These holes are original to the making of the piece, and they may have either held a wire handle or been part of some closure for the rim. You can see the rim has this kind of inset area to allow for some kind of tin closure or something like that. This piece is similar in form, but not identical to some of the Comerall oyster jars that you find occasionally, as well as some of the fruit jars that Crolius produced. And it was possibly used for canning purposes or something of that nature. But to have a piece, I mean, it really hits on all the levels that you would want in a piece of American stoneware. It has a great form, a very unusual form, exceptional size, nice diminutive size, but certainly not too small. The eagle is an exceptional representation of American stoneware that people really covet, and this happens to be what we believe the earliest example of an eagle in American stoneware. I've only seen one other eagle from the city of Manhattan, and it was later than this. And so we're just very excited to offer this piece. It's an extraordinary offering, recently found in Virginia, completely fresh to the market object. And it's great when you find a piece like this, because it really adds to our knowledge of a very important potting center, that of Manhattan, New York. Thank you very much.